Now batting, number 5, Eliza Eberhard.
That's why I was telling him. I was like, you sure you want to wear this ring? He's like, no, it's my friend ring. I was like, we sat out and watched the game in the rain. That wasn't our fault. Right. We smart. They played in the rain. Because there was no force in his thunder.
Now batting, number 13, Morgan Page. Now batting for the Apaches, number 4, Aubrey Carricker.
Yeah, right. But you better be, or you won't want to eat them. I know. Richard did those. They kind of look like the most fish.
All right, welcome back to White House High School. Finally got our lineups situated here. We're in the bottom of inning number 1. Audrey Pickett threw a scoreless first inning against this Weaterford Coyote club here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Pitch is in there, strike 3, and Aubrey Carricker is out. First strikeout for Natalie Trujillo. We'll get you caught up with some of the lineups and defensive alignments here as best we can. Stepping in is the left fielder, Jasmine Dodd. Carricker did not play in game 1, and Jasmine Dodd back in the lineup in the 2 spot was 2 for 4 in the opener. This is Natalie Trujillo. First pitch swinging, pops straight up, and easy catch for Eliza Eberhardt, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the first inning. Here's Brecklin Dennis, and she had a nice ball game in the opener. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Apaches winning game 1 11-3 in 6 innings. First pitch misses, and it's 1-0 to Brecklin Dennis.
But you pull this.
There's the bunt right back to Trujillo. She quickly gets rid of it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for both starting pitchers. 1-3 if you're scoring at the house. And we'll keep it right here. We'll get you through these lineups here, try to get you up to speed. We're still scoreless after 1 complete inning. So for the visitors, the Weatherford Coyotes, they are 14-5 on the year. They're 2-0 in conference play. They're led by 6th-year head coach Haley Williams. Leading off was Marissa Cruz, and boy, what a web gem by Tangela Smith on the very first play of the game, running a ball down in center field. Eliza Eberhardt came up next, grounded out to third base, and then Morgan Page struck out, and that was your 1-2-3 first inning for Audrey Pickett. Batting here now in the second inning will be Stephanie Jimenez, the third baseman. Batting 5th is a designated player, Maddie Tyler. Batting 6th, the first baseman, Christy Kamnick. Batting 7th, the catcher, Mylanie Becerra. Batting 8th is the second baseman, Peyton Salmon. Batting 9th is the left fielder, Amanda Vallejo. So there's your starting 9 for the Coyotes. Defensively for the Apaches, Jasmine Dodd in left, Tangela Smith in center, Hannah Frank in right field, Casey Parker at third, Brecklin Dennis at short, Sloan Johnson at second, Courtney Heller at first, Aubrey Carricker behind the plate, and in the circle, it's the right-handed sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, Audrey Pickett. Audrey is 3-3 on the year with a 4.41 ERA. This is her 8th appearance of the season. 33 1/3 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, and 10 walks for the sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, Audrey Pickett. That ball's in there for a strike, and we're even 1-1 to Stephanie Jimenez, the third baseman. Jimenez was 1 for 4 in the opener. 1-1 pitch off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Glad you're with us. Some of you that are back for game 2. Love to hear from where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Apache's trying to sweep the double dip from the Weatherford Coyotes. Apache's have now won 4 games in a row. Little tapper right back to the circle, and this is Pickett rifling it over for the first out of the inning. 1-3 if you're scoring at the house. Now it's Maddie Tyler, the designated player. She actually started the first game in the circle, stayed in the game as a hitter the whole ball game, and was 1 for 4. Look out! Went off Mr. Umpire's mask, hit the home plate, and Aubrey Carricker kind of hopped out of the way. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if she took a funny hop and it went right off the mask. But I've seen umpires get concussions with that kind of play. Got to be careful back there. Ball went right off of his mask. And he's fine, which is good news for all of us, because if he gets hurt, I don't know what we do. Don't know that you got to alternate. Pete, you might have to go on an umpire hunt and play home plate. One ball, one strike, one out. Breaking pitch misses inside. 2-1. Still scoreless here at White House High School. Beautiful ballpark. Still too wet out at the Brook Hill School, so we're going to be here all weekend. Little tapper to the first base side. Heller scampers over and makes the play, and there's 2 outs. Courtney Heller had to go a step or two to her right. She did so, and then had to quickly beat Maddie Tyler in a foot race, and she did so by a step or two. Here's Christy Kamnick now for the first time in Game 2. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Kamnick was 0 for 1 in Game 1. She had 2 walks in that game. Actually walked in the first inning with the bases loaded, got an RBI. So totally different game this time. Well, that first game was sloppy from the start. And that first inning took forever to play as Weaterford brought 7 batters to the plate, and the Apaches brought 8. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. It's 1-2. We're already in the bottom of, or the top of the second inning here, so that first game just really was a slow-paced ball game. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. And I was going to say, the scoreboard said it was 2-2 or 1-2. Deuce is wild, maybe on the board, maybe. 3 balls and 2 strikes now, we think. Mr. Umpire's not going to let us know. And the pitch. Little tapper foul. We'll do it again. Well, I will say so far in this first inning and a half, the zone is seems to be much bigger. And that will help the cause. Still no score. 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Audrey Pickett is working. Foul tip. And we'll do it again. We'll do it again with a full count. Swing and a miss. Got her. A 3 up, 3 down. Second inning. Second strikeout of the ball game for Audrey Pickett. And we'll head to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here at White House High School. Glad you're with us. All right, let's go ahead and set the table for you for the Apaches. I don't think we've gone through their lineup. Leading off, Aubrey Carricker. She took a 3rd strike. Jasmine Dodd batting 2nd in left field. Brecklin Dennis is a shortstop. She bats 3rd. The center fielder is Tangela Smith. She'll lead it off this inning. Then it's Courtney Heller at 1st. Brooke Mackinson, the designated player. Sloan Johnson at 2nd. Casey Parker at 3rd. And Hannah Frank out in right field as your starting 9 for the Apaches. Led by 3rd-year head coach Maria Wynn Ratliff. The Apaches are 13-4 on the season. Currently riding a 4-game win streak. We'll face the freshman from Pearland, Natalie Trujillo, in the circle. Go through the defensive alignment here between pitches. Still tied at 0, bottom of 2. First pitch, off the plate, ball 1. Amanda Vallejo in left, Marisa Cruz in center, Morgan Page in right, Stephanie Jimenez at third, Eliza Eberhardt at short, Peyton Salmon at second, Christy Kamnick at first, Milani Becerra behind the plate, and it's Natalie Trujillo, the freshman from Pearland, Texas, in the circle for the Coyotes here in Game 2. Trujillo is 2-0 on the year with a 2.08 ERA. This is her 8th appearance of the season. 30 and a third innings pitched, 27 strikeouts to just 10 walks. So almost 1 per inning for Trujillo on the strikeouts. The 2-0 pitch. That's in there for, no it isn't. Okay, well, 3-0. Tangela Smith stepping in. 2 for 3 in the opener. Scored twice, had a 2-run homer. It's 3-1 now to Tangela. Courtney Heller would be next. Here comes the 3-1 from Trujillo and fouled straight back into the net. We'll push it out to a full count. Trujillo, a 6-pitch first inning. The payoff pitch fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Game 2, the doubleheader. Game 1, an 11-3 victory for the Apaches. Apaches will turn right around and play at this same ballpark tomorrow. 11 a.m. start. We'll be on the air about 10:45 with pregame interviews. 3-2 pitch, popped up center field. This is well hit. Back to the warning track. Making the catch is Marisa Cruz. Boy, that was a couple of steps from being out of here. But Cruz ran it down on the warning track for the first out. We have not had a base runner in this second game yet. Totally different vibe here in Game 2 than there was in Game 1. The first inning in Game 1 was a long inning, lots of walks and hit batters and just sloppy softball. And just the opposite here. This is a pitching battle so far for an inning and almost 2 complete innings. First pitch misses off the plate, 1-0 to Courtney Heller. Courtney in Game 1 got hit twice, singled, RBI, scored a run. Actually, she didn't score a run. She struck out. She was 1 for 2 on the day. But she reached base 3 out of 4 at-bats. She did score 1 run. And she had 2 RBI. 2 balls and no strikes to Courtney Heller. The freshman from Pearland, Texas, Natalie Trujillo, rifles a fastball in there, and Heller takes a good whack at it, fouls it straight back. Now we've had a couple of you check in here. Audrey Pickett's aunt watching from Columbus, Mississippi. All right. Aunt Linda still watching from Hugo, Colorado. Appreciate you checking in on the live chat. Hope you enjoy the ball game. 2-1 pitch. Boy, that's a breaking pitch that stays up. Off speed. A blistering 47 degrees at game time. First game was 44 degrees at game time, so we've inched ever so slightly upward on the mercury here in East Texas. That's going to be ball 4. There's the first base runner for either team. And that'll be Brooke Makeumson. Brooke Makeumson in Game 1 came on as a replacement and was 0 for 1 in 2 plate appearances. She actually did score a run as a pinch runner in that big 9-run third inning for the Apaches in Game 1. That was really what broke it open for the Apaches. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Heller at first with 1 out. We're still scoreless in the second inning. Pitch. Tapper to short. You flip for second and 1, and that's it. So there's 2 outs. Mackinson aboard on the 6-4 fielder's choice.
Now batting number 10.
And Heller is out at second base. So Eberhardt over to Salmon for that force out. And up steps Sloan Johnson for the first time in game 2. Sloan was 1 for 2 in the opener. She had 2 RBI and a double to her credit. And there's a wild pitch that gets away from the catcher, Becerra, down to second. Goes Macomson. Ball was low, and you thought for a moment Becerra was going to block it, but it went through the 5-hole and between her feet. And now you got a runner in scoring position for the first time in the ball game for either squad. 1-0 pitch. Just misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, we haven't seen the sun and don't think we're going to. They have the lights on over at the baseball field right now. I'm not sure. Probably wouldn't hurt to turn them on here.
Oh, they're pretty pitches.
3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch misses low, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Sloan Johnson.
Now batting number 6, Casey Parker.
So that's 2 walks in the inning for Trujillo, and now it's Casey Parker with 2 on and 2 outs. Natalie Trujillo, the freshman right-hander, in the circle for game 2. The pitch. Outside corner, called a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Apaches stay with their white tops and the black pants. Got the yellow socks going, and Coyotes stay with the black tops and the black pants. Off-speed pitch. She got way out in front, pops it up, and drifting over into foul territory is the second baseman, Peyton Salmon, makes the grab for the final out. So the Apaches get a couple runners on, but can't do anything with it. We're still scoreless. We head to the 3rd inning. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's go through some Region 14 softball action for you. Odessa and Sanjak doing battle. Is this? I want to make sure I got the right. Pretty sure I got the right thing here. Yeah, I do. Okay. And we'll catch you up here between next half inning. We're gonna run out of time. Here's Milone Becerra, the catcher. First pitch. Becerra.
Got 1 little hit.
I don't know. Did she foul that off? It's 0-1. Next pitch, solid strike by Pickett. It's quickly 0-2. Well, happy March to you. It's Friday, March 1st. Odessa, Sanjak South doing battle today. Alvin and Navarro going at it. Cisco and Kilgore. Cisco Wranglers will be over here at White House tomorrow playing the Apaches. 1 ball, 2 strikes, just misses, and we're even at 2. Bozier and Hines going at it. Odessa versus Sanjak South in the doubleheader, I guess, today. Actually, all these are doubleheaders. So, little tapper right back to the mound. Pickett, easy play, and there's 1 out. So 7 up and 7 down for Audrey Pickett so far in this one. Here's Peyton Salmon. First pitch to Salmon is off the plate, ball 1. See if we can pull up some of the Region 5 action here today. Might be easier than, not as easy as I think it is. Next pitch misses. It's 2 balls and no strikes. We're at the 8th spot. Audrey Pickett has faced 7 batters, and she has retired 7, struck out 2 so far. 2-0 pitch. Called a strike, 2-1. Vallejo. Swing and a miss. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go now.
Region 5 has their games listed by individual, so you got to scroll forever here. Good gracious. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Boy, 8 up and 8 down, strikeout number 3 for Audrey Pickett. Here's Amanda Vallejo, the left fielder. Vallejo in game 1 was 0 for 2. She did get a walk in one of those at-bats. There's a tapper foul down the third base line, and it's 0-1. Vallejo in game 1 flew out to center field, walked, and popped up to the first baseman. Audrey Pickett trying to work through a perfect 3 innings here. And outside corner, quickly 0-2. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. Why not? Aubrey Carricker had set up way off the plate, trying to get the hitter to go fishing a bit, or maybe Mr. Umpire to call that pitch. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And boy, back-to-back strikeouts ends another perfect inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across, nothing but zeros for Weaterford here in this ball game. We head to the top, or the bottom rather, of inning number 3. The Apaches also still looking for their first run. It's 0-0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's bring you up to speed on some of the Region 5 action going on today. Odessa, Sanjak South, Clarendon, Western Oklahoma going at it. Frank Phillips in Northern Oklahoma. Of course, we already talked about Cisco and Kilgore. Some of these are cross-region games. Clarendon, Frank Phillips going at it with Northern Oklahoma. And so I guess just about, 3 series going on in the Region 5 today. It seems like there's 2 of those are cross regional games. Well, we go to the bottom of inning number 3, 9-1-2 for the Apaches. This is Hannah Frank for the first time here in game 2. First pitch in there, strike 1. In game 1, Hannah was 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. It's pitch number 26 for Trujillo. Actually, that was 27. Quickly 0-2 on Hannah Frank. Both these pitchers working at a good pace and throwing a lot of strikes. Off speed, misses inside. 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the third of a scoreless tie. We're at White House High School. Beautiful new ballpark. Weather's been so wet in East Texas. Brook Hill School was not dry enough to play this weekend. So fortunately, they have opened their facility to the Apaches, and we'll play 2 today, and then Cisco will come over and play 2 more tomorrow. They're taking on the Kilgore Rangers as we speak. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Look out in the Apache dugout, fouled off the front netting there. Count will stay 2 balls, 2 strikes. Natalie Trujillo, off-speed pitch, and scoots away from Becerra behind the plate, and it's a 3-2 count. 3-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Trujillo with that interesting windup, foul down the left field side and out of play. Starts with the ball on her left hip and then kind of moves it back to her right side before starting her delivery. Off speed, boy, tough pitch to take right there with 2 strikes, but she gets the call, and Frank is aboard with a leadoff walk. That's her 3rd walk of the ball game for Trujillo. Back to the top of the Apache lineup, and Aubrey Carricker steps in. Struck out looking her first time up, 0 for 1. She did not play in the opener. First pitch, there's the bunt. Well placed, tough play, and boy, it's a banger at first, but Carricker just out by half a step. And going to second base is Hannah Frank. So it's a sacrifice for Carricker. And here's Jasmine Dodd. Kind of has that low score feel to it so far, as we got nothing but donuts on the board for 2.5 innings. And neither team has registered a base hit yet. First pitch. It's in there for a strike. Audrey Pickett has thrown 42 pitches in her first 3 innings of work. Trujillo sitting now at 35. 0-1 pitch out in front, and is it in play? It is, and caught over there in foul territory by third baseman Stephanie Jimenez for out number 2. That's a big out right there.
Number 2, Dennis.
And now it's Brecklin Dennis's turn to try to get this Apache squad off the donut. 0-0, bottom of 3. Hit one right back to the pitcher her first time up. First pitch is high, ball 1. Well, the lights are on at the ballpark. As we talked about the lights being on over at the baseball field. And just a minute ago, somebody flipped on the candles here at the softball diamond. 1-0 pitch. Pop up. Is it going to stay? It is. Plenty of room back there. And nicely done by Becerra. And there's your inning. So that'll go FO2. The Apaches get a leadoff walk, but they strand her at second. And we'll head quickly now to the 4th inning. It's still 0-0. Welcome back to the ballpark here on White House. We're on the campus of White House High School. Dr. John Groth with you. Neither squad has recorded a base hit yet. We're at the top of the lineup. This is Marissa Cruz for the second time. And Audrey Pickett has faced the minimum. First pitch. Just off the plate, ball one. She has struck out 4 Coyotes in the first 3 innings. Has not walked anyone. There has not been a runner reach base. Here's the 1-0. And hadn't had too many of these, but it's 2-0.
Don't help her out right here, Marissa.
Audrey Newer wind up the pitch. Foul tip. And again, we see these Coyote hitters when that was not a ball that was right down the middle, but Cruz just take a whack at it. Seems like when it's 3-1, 2-0, positive counts, these Coyote hitters really aggressive all day long. 2-1 pitch. Out in front of the off speed, and she fouls it down the third base line, and just like that, it's 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top of inning number 4. Audrey Pickett in the circle has faced the minimum. We'll tap her another foul ball. Casey Parker picking that one up.
Here we go.
Well, this Coyote team came into today's doubleheader with a 14-4 record. The Apaches were 12-4 when the day started. There's a little nubber right back off the end of the bat. Pickett picks it up and rifles it over. 10 up and 10 down. Here's Eliza Eberhardt. Grounded out to third her first time up, 0 for 1. So far in this one, the Coyotes are 0 for the game. Their best chance for a hit was the very first batter. Marissa Cruz hit a ball deep to center, and Tangela Smith with a web gem way deep in center field. That was as close as we've come to a base hit for the Coyotes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off the plate. Eberhardt now 2-0. We saw Pickett do the same thing to Cruz. And she came right back. We'll see what she throws here. There's a line shot. Diving stop at second by Johnson and makes the play. Nicely done by Sloan Johnson. Left her feet, caught the ball. And it's a 4-3, another web gem by the Apache defense.
Now batting number 13, Morgan Page.
Boy, in this kind of game, I got a star by a couple of plays. One is that opener, that first play off Cruz's bat, and that one right there, Eberhardt, it looked like it was going to be a single for sure. And Sloan Johnson lays out and catches that ball in one hop and throws Eberhardt out for the second out of the inning. First pitch was in there. 0-1 to Morgan Page. She struck out swinging her first time up, and quickly now 0-2 on Page. Well, those kind of plays kind of give your team a lift. We'll see if you can get out of this inning. That ball's off the plate. See if they can generate any kind of momentum on the offensive side of things. Neither team has been able to generate much offense at all. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed for the second time. Page is a strikeout victim. Strikeout number 5 for Audrey Pickett, and she has faced 12 batters in 4 innings. Not one has reached a base. We go to the bottom half of inning number 4. Still scoreless here at White House High School. You're watching Tyler Softball on ApacheAthletics.com. right, we got an update for the Apache baseball fans out there, of which I am. Apache's trailing Murray State Aggies 1-0. They are in the actually the top of the fifth now. Christian Grigsby still going at it on the mound. Apache's no runs on 3 hits. They're actually out hitting the Aggies, but they trail 1-0. So Aggies scored 1 run in the 2nd inning. That's been the only run in Oklahoma. Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Looks like the Apaches may have a runner at 2nd with no one out here in the top of the 5th. So keep you updated as we go on that one. But we're still scoreless here at White House High School. And this is Tangela Smith for the 2nd time. Flew out to center her first time up. First pitch is going to miss, ball 1. Well, both these pitchers have been really sharp here in game 2. Trujillo, that was pitch number 39. We're just in the 4th inning. Fastball misses high. She falls behind 2-0. We're at the 4 spot in the Apache lineup. Tangela Smith at the plate. Courtney Heller waits on deck. 4, 5, and 6 for Tyler. 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be in there. 2-1. Trujillo in the circle came into the ballgame with a 2-0 record, 2.08 ERA. She pitched in 7 previous games, 30 1/3 innings pitched with 27 strikeouts and 10 walks for the freshman from Pearland. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Tangela Smith. Out in front of the off speed and foul off the fence. Boy, keep your hands in just a bit and you might get that one out of here. Saw Tangela drive one to center field in game 1. 2-run homer in that game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She'll step back in. Nobody on and nobody out. Bottom of the 4th of a scoreless tie. Here's the pitch. And that misses up and away. It's a full count on Tangela Smith. Weaterford out of Region 5, part of the West Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. Off the hands, this is a tough play. It's short. Eberhardt throws across, not in time. Boy, Tangela Smith gets down the line so fast. And that's just raw speed right there. 1B6 infield single leads off the 4th inning. That's the first hit for either team. First hit of the ball game comes in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Courtney Heller now. We're tied at 0. The pitch. Boy, right down. No, it didn't. Golly. Pretty good pitch right there. Called a ball. A little surprised that Heller didn't take a whack at it. Here's the 1-0. And that's going to miss inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Tangela Smith at first, nobody out. She just reached on the first hit for either team here in the 4th. Trujillo and Pickett going at it in the circle. There goes the runner, throw to second. No way. Good jump by Tangela Smith, and she steals a bag. They got runner at second with nobody out. Wouldn't be surprised. He's trying to get her over to 3rd. About a 3-0 count here. You might. We'll see how this next pitch. Oh, it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Courtney Heller. Here's the pitch. And that's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Apache first baseman, Courtney Heller, walked her first time up. Here's the pitch. That ball's low, and now we're at a 3-2 count. Heller started the day with a .467 average, 3 doubles, 5 home runs. That's tied for the lead with Tangela Smith, 18 RBI. Now, Tangela had a homer in the first game, so that will give her the lead in that category. And there's a walk. So now we got 2 on and nobody out for the Apaches. 4th walk of the ball game for Trujillo. And here's Brooke Mackinson now, as we're going to have a pinch runner. It's going to be Mackenzie Gregory, I believe. So Gregory will run for Heller at first base. And that will bring to the plate Brooke Mackinson, grounded out to short her first time up. Trujillo stepping back off the mound. First pitch. Called a strike, and it's 0-1 on Brooke Mackinson. The designated player batting 6th here for the Apaches in Game 2. She did not start in Game 1, but did come on and get a couple of plate appearances after pinch running for Malaya Olvera in the 3rd inning, that big 9-run 3rd. There's the bunt, and Trujillo quickly gets rid of it. And so now you got 2nd and 3rd. The sacrifice works. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out for Sloan Johnson. So the best chance for either team by far here. We'll see if the Coyotes come in and play a little prevent defense here. They're bringing the corner infielders in. The middle infielders are going to stay back, and now they're going to come in. I was wondering if they're going to come in. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Sloan Johnson walked in her first at bat. And in Game 1, she was 1 for 2 with a double and a couple RBIs. Next pitch fouled off. Well, it looks like the Apaches have scored a couple of runs here. 2 in the top of the 5th to take a 2-1 lead over Murray State College up in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. So Apaches hanging tough, stringing some hits together in the top of their half of the 5th inning. 0-2 pitch. Boy, nice block behind the plate by Becerra. Keeps the runners right where they're at 2nd and 3rd. 2nd and 3rd, just 1 out. Sloan Johnson trying to produce the first runs of this game. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Wind up and the pitch. Pop up, and that's just what you needed if you're a Coyote fan. And Salmon at second takes it for out number 2. That's a big out right there. F4 if you're scoring at the house. Now there's 2 outs. And Casey Parker steps in. Parker popped up to the second baseman in foul territory back in the 2nd inning. She's 0 for 1. Parker was 0 for 3 in the opener. First pitch in there, strike 1. Both these pitchers have really done a nice job of navigating these highly offensive lineups. We're still scoreless. 2 outs in the 4th inning. Apache's threatening with 2 on and 2 out. It's a little looper into center field. Running it down, though, is Marissa Cruz for the final out. Boy, what a nice play by Cruz. She saved 2 runs right there. And that'll be it in the 4th inning. The Apaches, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2 on, and we'll go to the 5th inning. It's still scoreless here at White House High School. Back in just a minute. Welcome back to White House High School. Dr. John Groth with you. Top of the 5th inning, 4, 5, and 6 for the Weaterford Coyotes. We're in a scoreless tie. First pitch swinging. That's over to Parker at third. Almost threw it away, but nicely done by Heller to rake it in. And there's one up and one down.
17, Maddie Tyler.
Well, the throw was high, and Courtney Heller able to reach off the bag for just a moment, get her foot back down on the bag. Well, that's 13 in a row to start the game for Audrey Pickett. We're in the top of the 5th, 1 out. Coyotes have not been able to get anyone on base. This is Maddie Tyler for the second time. She grounded out to first base. 0-1 pitch. And that's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Audrey Pickett, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Boy, that ball's got some pretty good movement, tailing away from the right-handed batters. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Maddie Tyler. The pitch. Foul tip. We'll do it again. Well, when you're in these kind of ball games, everybody on their toes, a little bit more attentive here every pitch. The 1-2. We'll tap her foul. We'll do it again. Audrey Pickett started the inning with 55 pitches through 4. And she has retired 13 in a row to start this game. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Strikeout number 6 for Audrey. And there's 2 outs here in the 5th.
Now batting number 26.
Here's Christy Kamnick.
Kamnick.
Kamnick was a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Off-speed pitch, just missed low, ball 1. Well, there's been 2 really good defensive plays for the Apaches on defense. There's a tropper to second, or shortstop, excuse me. And it's an easy 1-2-3 5th inning as Brecklin Dennis backed up and that didn't make the play. 15 in a row retired to start the ball game by Audrey Pickett. We head to the bottom of the 5th. We're still scoreless. Well, it looks like we got a couple of folks that have checked in. Casey Parker's Gigi watching, Miss Morgan, and Brecklin's grandma watching from Buell, Idaho. Go Patchies. All right, well, appreciate you checking in on the live chat. Shoot me a quick note. We'll give you a shout out on the air. Got a good game going here. 0-0, bottom of 5. Only 1 hit between both of these squads. Game number 1 had 14 runs scored. This one, only 1 hit. And that was an infield single by Tangela Smith last inning. 9-1-2, Hannah Frank leads it off. And for as good as Audrey Pickett is throwing, Trujillo is matching her inning for inning. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Frank walked back in the 3rd inning. Apaches have had 5 base runners so far in this game. 4 of them have gotten into scoring position. not been able to score any runs. The 1-1. Misses inside, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. Foul ball. On the third base line over toward the Apache dugout. It's 2-2. Well, obviously, the longer this game goes in this fashion, the bigger every play gets. Every good play, every error, every walk, hit batter, wild pitch, pass ball, everything's magnified in a 0-0 game. Swing and a miss. Nicely done there by Natalie Trujillo to get Hannah Frank way out in front. Boy, that's the first strikeout since the first batter of the ball game. So just a second strikeout. The only other strikeout was the person at the plate now, Aubrey Carricker. Struck out looking back in the first. Takes a swing at that fastball inside, fouls it straight back. No balls and one strike. Carricker laid down a bunt in the third inning, so she's 0 for 1 in the game. Sloan's aunt from Lampasas checking in again. Appreciate that. There's the bunt, and going to roll foul. Appreciate all you give me those shout-outs on the live chat. It's a cool day here in Tyler, 47 degrees, southeast breeze at just 2 miles an hour, but really chilly feel to it. 75% humidity makes it feel a lot colder than 47, I'll tell you that. Glad we got the warm heater in the press box here. And that pitch just missed. Coyotes thought they had a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Aubrey Carricker. Here's the windup in the 1-2. Pop up right side. That's going to just right inside the dugout area, just out of the reach of Christy Kamnick over in front of the Coyote dugout. Weaterford tied for first place in their conference with Vernon at a 2-0 record. The 1-2 pitch. Way out front. This should stay in play. And squeezing it in foul territory is Christy Kamnick for out number 2. Well, both pitchers have done a nice job of keeping the opposing offense off balance. And now stepping in is Jasmine Dodd. Jasmine 0 for 2, popped up to short and popped up to the third baseman in foul territory. Natalie Trujillo getting ahead. She's done a really nice job of getting ahead of the hitters the whole ball game. Oh, 1 pitch, and boy, off speed, totally fooled. Dodd just kind of waved her bat, tried to stop it, but couldn't. 0-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th of a scoreless tie. Jasmine with a couple of hits in the opener. 0-2 pitch. Another off speed and has Dodd way out in front. 2 strikeouts in the inning, her third of the game. And we'll head to the 6th inning. We got a great game going here. 0-0. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to White House High School. We have an outstanding game going on right here. 0-0, top of the 6th inning. 7, 8, and 9. Boy, both pitchers doing a great job, but
Number 22, Lonnie Becerra.
Audrey Pickett has faced 15 and retired 15. First pitch, gonna miss low, ball 1. This pitch number 65 of the day for Audrey.
Chris was freaking out. When I told him how it worked, he was like, that's not work.
Next pitch is low.
They're expecting less.
2 balls and no strikes. Different than her counterpart, Audrey has fallen behind a lot of these Coyote hitters, and then she's kind of bailed herself out time and time again. 2-0 pitch. And we haven't seen too many of these. 3-0. And now Courtney Heller going to go over and try to encourage her teammate. Well, you haven't allowed a base runner yet. Top of the 6th, the pitch. Tapper foul on a 3-0 pitch. We have seen that all day long from this Coyote club when they're in positive counts, 3-0, 2-0, 1-0, and they have been swinging away. Here's the 3-1. Little tapper, and now it's 3-2. Audrey Pickett has fallen behind a number of these Weatherford batters, but she's been able to get herself back into these counts, and she does so again. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Just missed low, and there goes the perfect game. A leadoff walk here in the 6th. Her first base runner allowed. She had retired 15 in a row until that at bat right there. That was a pretty close pitch. And Becerra gets the call. Now you're going to have a pinch runner at first base. We'll try to let you know who that is when we find out who comes out of that dugout for the Coyotes. Still have not seen anyone come out of there yet. What number? 23. That's going to be Allie Arnold. So Arnold will take over for Becerra at first base. And here is Peyton Salmon, the second baseman. She struck out her only at bat. There's a bunt attempt that is fouled off. It's quickly 0-2. So the Coyotes have still not gotten a hit. They just got their first base runner of the ball game here in the 5th inning, or 6th inning, excuse me. Audrey Pickett had retired 15 in a row to start the game. And Salmon now down 0-2. The pitch. Way high. Almost a pitch out there. Just wondering if Allie Arnold might think about stealing second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. 1 aboard. Here's the pitch. Tapper could be 2, 4, 6, and that'll be all. As you get the force out at second base and the lead runner. So fielder's choice for Peyton Salmon. Here's Amanda Vallejo. Struck out swinging a first time up. 0 for 1. And a game that started at 4:22. We're just over an hour in. Hour and 10 minutes into this one, and we're in the 6th inning. First pitch is in there. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes, but you can just sense the Apache defense trying to do their dead level best. Keep this thing right where it's at. 0-0 is our score. We're in the 6th inning. Just off the plate. Kerker well off the plate when she set up for that one. Pickett hit her spot, but the initial target was well outside. Here's the 1-2. It's going to miss high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He'll tap her right back to the circle, and Pickett will throw that over to the first base. We're out number 2, 1-3 if you're scoring at the house.
Now batting,
And
number
Salmon
1, Marissa Cruz.
will hurry to second base. So now for the first time in the ball game, the Coyotes have a runner at second base. They've only had 1 runner the whole game, and now Salmon at second with 2 outs. Top of the lineup. This is Marissa Cruz now for the 3rd time. 0 for 2 for Cruz. Flew out to center field in maybe the best hit ball of the day for the Coyotes here, or of this game for sure, as Tangela Smith, a web gem in center in the very first at bat of the ball game for the Coyotes. Pitch missed high. 2 balls and no strikes. Cruz also tapped back to the circle. And now time call by Haley Williams. She's going to come in and talk to Marissa Cruz about something. She may be telling her just be a little more selective, as these Coyote hitters have been really aggressive in these kind of counts. Take a couple of balls here and take a walk. You bring up Eliza Eberhard with 2 on and 2 outs. The Apache baseballers ahead 2-1 in the 6th inning in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. In the bottom of the 6th with nobody out. 3-0 now for the 2nd time in this inning. And that's a strike. Well, we've seen Pickett at times show flashes of good command, and other times she's fallen behind. But nearly every time she's fallen behind, she's been able to navigate back into a good at bat, and there she does it again. 3-2, just painting that corner. Brooks' mom watching from California, rooting for the Apaches. Appreciate Miss Walker. 3-2 pitch. Tapper to the mound. This should do it. 1-3. There's your inning. So she's faced 1 more than the minimum through 6 innings. It's still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 0-0 back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Well, boy, it'd be a perfect script that the Apaches should scratch for a run or 2 here and give Audrey Pickett a chance to go out and get 3 outs and get a win and a doubleheader sweep. Meeting the lineup at the plate, Brecklin Dennis leads it off. Brecklin 0 for 2. We'll tap her to the mound. Pop up to the catcher. First pitch. There's the bunt, and Trujillo has to get rid of it quickly, and she does. 1 out.
Now batting, number
Tangela
7,
Smith flew out to center. The only hit for either team, an infield single by Tangela Smith. Natalie Trujillo's done an equally good job in the circle for the Coyotes. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the 6th. Holding down a very good Apache lineup. And the moisture in the air is getting thicker. You kind of tell. Pop up right side. Shouldn't be a problem. And Page in right field makes the catch. 2 outs.
Now batting number
F9 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Courtney Heller. Courtney Heller does not have an official at bat. She has walked twice. We'll see if they want to pitch to her or if they walk her for the 3rd time in the ballgame. First pitch misses, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Fouled off into the netting. And it's 1-1. Well, the Apaches baseballers, 2 men on and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. I'm probably looking at a pitching change here soon. Grigsby. Well, they have gone to Spinozzi now in the bullpen, so trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead up in Oklahoma. Grounder to second base, and boy, it's a 1-2-3 6th inning. Nicely done by Natalie Trujillo as Peyton Salmon fields and throws cleanly for the final out of the 6th. We go to the 7th, still scoreless. A great pitching matchup here at White House High School. Back with the 7th when we return. Two, 3, and 4 for the Weatherford Coyotes. They have yet to get a base hit. They've only had 1 base runner through the first 6 innings. First pitch foul down the right field line. Strike 1. Eberhardt grounded out to 3rd and grounded out to 2nd. Boy, what a great play that Sloan Johnson made back in the 4th inning, robbing Eberhardt of a single up the middle. We're in the top of the 7th, 0-0. Only 1 hit between the 2 squads was an infield single by Tangela Smith in the 4th inning. A bunt attempts, missed it, and it's 0-2. Well, Morgan Page, the right fielder, scheduled to hit next. She has struck out twice. Off the plate, 1 and 2. She is swinging a bat, so we'll probably see her. Audrey Pickett, at moments, has looked sharp, and other moments has fallen behind, but really done well to compete. Ground ball right back to Audrey in the circle, and she'll throw it over. And another 1-3. We saw this a couple weeks ago.
Now batting number 13,
1, 2,
Page.
3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different times today. The Coyote batters have hit it right back to Audrey in the circle. First pitch. And it's in the dirt, ball 1. This is Morgan Page now. She has struck out twice, 0 for 2. Sure makes it easy when you're getting at least an out an inning, just hit right back to you in the circle. And you put on top of that 6 strikeouts. So once an inning, she's striking someone out. Once an inning, she's having a little ball back to the circle. Fly ball, shallow left field, actually deep left field. And running back into the left center is Tangela Smith, 2 outs. That ball carried a little further than I thought it was going to.
Now batting number 34.
Here's Stephanie Jimenez. Grounded back to the circle. And a ground out to third, 0 for 2. Well, you need one more out, and then all you need is 1 run for the Apaches. Outside corner, called a strike. No. 0-1 pitch. That's going to be off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Heard from Mr. Heller, Ms. Walker. Appreciate you checking in on that live chat. There's a off-speed pitch just off the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. You know, we just haven't had a lot of well-hit balls off the bat of the Coyotes here in Game 2 off of Pickett. That ball is on the outside corner, called a strike.
Hey, stay in there, kids. Stay in there. Hit it now.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces Wild on the board. We're scoreless, top of 7. Audrey Pickett. The windup, the pitch. Strike 3 called. And it's a perfect 7th inning for Pickett. Strikeout number 7 of the ball game. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Apaches need 1 run to walk them off. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to White House, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. We got a great softball game going right here. Natalie Trujillo and Audrey Pickett have gone pitch for pitch. Nothing but zeros on that scoreboard. The Apaches have the only hit. It was an infield single back in the 4th by Tangela Smith. Other than that, just a couple of walks. The only base runners of the ballgame. The Apaches have had 5 base runners in this game. And the Coyotes have had just 1 base runner. First pitch misses. It's 1-0. Brooke Makeumson, 6, 7, and 8 for the Apaches. They just need 1 run. The 1-0. Missed inside. 2-0. Well, the Apaches would love for Makeumson to get on here as the leadoff batter. Sloan Johnson waits on deck. Here's the 2-0 from Trujillo.
Nice.
In there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Well, if you look at this line score, it couldn't be more skimpy. Weaterford, no runs and no hits, no errors. Tyler, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. There's only 1 number on the whole line score, and we're in the bottom of the 7th, and it's a 1. Can't be more efficient than that, other than having nothing on there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Up the middle, base hit. There's your second hit of the ball game. The Apaches, all they need is one run, and this one will be over. Now here's Sloan Johnson, and you have to bunt her. You got to lay down a bunt, move that runner, I'd think. Johnson is up. Casey Parker scheduled to hit next. Are we going to run here? We've had some. Not sure who. Yeah, we'll. All right, so Allie White will run. She did run in game one. Yeah, you would think that there would be a bunt coming here. Move that runner. We'll see how Coach Wynn wants to play this. Called a strike, not bunting on the first pitch. So going to see whether Natalie Trujillo fell behind or not. Now you only have really one chance to bunt. No balls and one strike to Sloan Johnson. Fastball misses up. It's 1-1. I kind of like having the batter square around, even if they're not going to bunt. Sometimes pitchers have trouble throwing to a batter who has squared around. They have trouble just finding the zone a little bit. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. No bunt. There goes the runner to second and dropped the ball. She was out. Boy, it looked like she was going to be out by a mile. And the ball came out of the glove of the shortstop, Eliza Eberhardt. Well, the aggressive base running pays off. So I think it's a 2-1 count. No, 1-2, excuse me. Well, now you got to work hard if you're Sloan Johnson. A game-winning run at second, 0-0, bottom of 7. The wind-up, the pitch. Pop up in the infield and caught. Boy, snow cone. Little lackadaisical by Jimenez there. Little
Now batting number 6.
Willie Mays say hey type of catch there. F5, and now you got Casey Parker stepping in. 1 out, the game winner in scoring position. Parker was hitless in the opener, and she's hitless in this one, looking for her first hit of the day. First pitch.
Nice pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
Very good pitch, Nat.
Popped up to second, flew out to center field. She hit a ball pretty good that Marissa Cruz ran down in the gap her last time up. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Ooh, pretty good pitch to take a whack at, and she takes it. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're at the 8th spot in the Apache lineup. Hannah Frank scheduled to hit next. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th of a scoreless tie. The pitch. Pop up right side. Is it going to stay in play? And you can't quite get there in time. Just out of the reach of Christy Kamnick at first base and Peyton Salmon at second. So it's 1-2 on Casey Parker. Apache's trying to sweep a doubleheader here. They won the opener 11-3, and we are tied at 0 in the 7th. Good hack right there by Parker. Tried to come in and tied her up. Parker just got the barrel of the bat enough to foul it straight back. So we'll do it again at 1-2. Natalie Trujillo has pitched a wonderful game, shutting out this Apache offense through 6.5 innings. The pitch. Base hit left field. She's going to be sent home. Nah, she'll be held. Ball was hit too hard. And down to second goes Casey Parker. It's a single. Now you got a runner at third base. Still only 1 out. Here's Hannah Frank. Now a lot of things in play here, including the squeeze. Hannah Frank walked in the 3rd inning, struck out swinging in the 5th. First baseman is playing a little bit deeper than you'd think. The infield drawn way in now. We'll see if Coach Wynn plays it straight or maybe squeezes the game winner here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. Not showing anything there. Ball 1. Well, Aubrey Carricker on deck for the Apaches. You do have a base open here. You would think that Trujillo would try to go right at Hannah Frank here. Try to get an infield pop-up or maybe a strikeout. It's a 1-0 count with 1 out. This pitch. Misses high, 2-0. Bottom of 7. It's scoreless here at White House High School. The Apaches trying to win in walk-off fashion. Natalie Trujillo. Done a great job up to this point, trying to fight off this Apache offense. Line shot foul. Look out, Coach Wynn, and look out in the dugout. It's a line drive, and well, somebody got hit over there. All looking over in the corner. Hopefully everyone's okay. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Hannah Frank trying to win it for the Apaches. Natalie Trujillo in the circle. She's done a great job all day. The 2-1. Just misses low, 3-1. You do have a base open, and you got Carricker on deck for the Apaches. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The wind and the pitch. Outside corner. He just punched her out with only 1 strike. Mr. Umpire, boy, I don't know how you missed that. In a 0-0 game, I don't know. I'm sorry. 3-2, 1 out. Now you're a full count. The windup and the pitch. Fly ball, this should end it. It's high and it's deep and it's fair ball and out of here. A 3-run walk-off homer for Hannah Frank. Oh, my goodness. Wow. She caught every bit of that ball, and it looked like it tipped the top of the fence just over the 200-foot mark. And the Apaches walk them off. Wow, what excitement here in White House. A 3-run walk-off homer. No run scored until that last hit right there. Woo! Man, some excitement here at White House High School as the Apaches sweep a doubleheader on a walk-off 3-run home run by 9-hitter Hannah Frank. What a game by both squads. Boy, you hate to have somebody lose that game. But let's wrap this one up here for you as we look at the final numbers on the box score. Well, a no-hitter, what's lost in the shuffle on the walk-off, it's a no-hitter for Audrey Pickett.
Never mind, it's not on here.
So, Audrey Pickett, what a job. She throws a no-hitter, strikes out 7. And, boy, you can't draw it up any better than that one. I'm looking at this box score, realizing there's nothing but zeros in the hit column for the Weatherford Coyotes. And for the Apaches, they only got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits themselves. The biggest one, the 3-run homer in walk-off fashion by Hannah Frank to end the ball game. So, boy, what a game. The only other hits were Tangela Smith's infield single way back in the 4th inning, and then the Apaches able to muster up 3 hits in their half of the 7th, and that was the difference. So, good gracious. Man, what an exciting game to call. And you feel bad for Natalie Trujillo. She threw 6 in a 3rd innings. She throws 99 pitches in taking a tough loss here. Walk-off home run with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. She only gave up 4 hits. All 3 of those 4 were in the 7th inning. All 3 runs were earned. She struck out 3 and walked 4 Apaches. Audrey Pickett throws a no-hitter. 7 innings, 97 pitches, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. So, boy, I tell you what, there's some drama there today. We'll be back here for more of it tomorrow. So the Apaches win and sweep a doubleheader. They go to 14-4 on the season. The winning pitcher is obviously Audrey Pickett. She goes 4-3 on the year. Losing pitcher will be Natalie Trujillo. She drops to 2-1 on the year. And the Weaterford Coyotes' overall record will drop to 14-6. And so we wish the best to Coach Haley Williams and all the Coyote players as they travel safely back about 2.5, 3 hours to Weaterford, just down I-20, a couple hours in the bus. We wish them much success in the 2019 season. And the Apaches, on the strong arm of Audrey Pickett, win Game 2 in this one by a score of 3-0. Final line score for this game. The Weaterford Coyotes, no runs on no hits and no errors. The Apaches, 3 runs on 4 hits. They do not commit an error here in the nightcap. So that'll wrap things up for Game 2 here in the doubleheader. Apaches won Game 1 by a score of 11-3, and they win the nightcap 3-0 on a walk-off home run by Hannah Frank and a no-hit performance by sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, Audrey Pickett. So that'll be all for now. We'll be back on the air tomorrow at 10:45. Doubleheader day again here at White House High School. Cisco Wranglers come to town. They're over at Kilgore now playing a doubleheader against the Kilgore Rangers softballers. So until then, just give you an update on the Apache baseballers before we go off. So we're 3-3 in the 7th up in Oklahoma. So Tyler Junior College baseball all tied with Murray State. They may look at extra innings up there, but here at the ballpark in White House, no extra innings for us. It's a 11-3 Game 1 win for the Apaches and a 3-0 walk-off home run win here in Game 2. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, that would include Athletic Director Captain Chuck Smith, Assistant Athletic Director Kelsey Weeks, Miss Sherry Hardwood, and a whole crew back at WAG Gym. My big thank you to Mr. Pete Mendolia and Mr. Derek Talcott for helping us out up here in the press box. And my left-hand man today, Dr. Charles Johnson, keeping me squared away on what's going on with the baseball team. This is Dr. John Gross signing off until tomorrow at 10:45. So long, everybody.